Hey y'all, we are back. We are back. We are back. I'm going to give y'all an update on what I'm paying off, how I'm paying it off, when I'm going to pay it by. And then we're going to touch on helping people where you're trying to pay off debt. So currently this month, and I'm going to insert it here, I am actually paying off my PayPal credit card. It's not very high. It's only $349.99. I have bought some cowboy boots and I bought something else online. And it's just easier sometimes for me to use PayPal because it's on my phone, but it needs to be paid off because there's interest. So I want to pay it off by the end of March. I have 2 more paychecks in March. So I just divided the $349.99 by 2, and that is $147.99 every paycheck. So $175, which I can do by making sure I pack my lunch for work every single day. But gratefully this week I'm working from home, so it'll be easier for me to save money. Another thing is I won't be driving to work, so I'll be saving money on food and gas. And I just don't mind being in the house enjoying my mortgage, baby, because that's where I pay for it. So why not? I mean, why are we out in the streets doing crazy things? So that is the debt that I'm tackling this month. Of course, I'm going to keep paying the rest of my debts. Once PayPal is paid off at the end of the month, I'll go ahead and move on to the next debt, and we'll talk about that. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about, though, was helping other people when you're trying to pay off debt, or just in general. You can help people, but only give what you don't need back, right? I have been in situations where I had given someone $800, and they told me they would pay me back within the next, I guess you could say, 2 or 3 weeks. The time came, no payment came. And I contacted the person and said, hey, today's the day. Are you going to be able to pay? No, I won't. And this person is way older than me. So it's just not our generation, my friends. This person can actually be my mother. Like, that is the age. But needless to say, I let the person borrow $800. They end up only giving me back $400 of that $800. And it has been almost 3 years this summer. So I was not hurting for the money, but that money would have helped me to make a extra student loan payment. It would have been able to do something. I love to do things and help out my mom. I could have been like, Mom, you want to go to dinner? You want to do something? So yeah, in this case, if someone asks you for money, let's do a small number, not 800, because I know some people's like, girl, why you give $800 away? I didn't give it. I thought I was going to give it back being kind. But let's say someone says, hey, I need $120. If you know you can only afford to give them $20 and you don't it's not going to hurt you, like you have food and God puts it on your heart to give, you say, hey, I'm not able to give you the full $120, but I can give you $20. And then they can go and ask other people for help, because you are not the end all be all. And I'm going to say this with the most love ever. People will figure it out. Over my years, I have figured everything out when it comes to money, because I knew that I did not want to depend on my parents. I knew that they were not filthy rich to be able to help me. And so I figured it out. So when people come to you and ask you for money and you are in the midst of paying off your debt and figuring things out for yourself, you can't save the world, okay? Only give what you don't need back. I know people say that all the time, but I'm reminding you because someone's going to come and say, hey, can I do this? Can you help me with this? And you can say, hey, I can help you with $25, $30, or I can only help you with $10, or I don't have anything right now to give you. So the answer is no, I am sorry. But if you are in the opposite situation and you need to borrow money from someone, I haven't borrowed money from anybody since I was in college. But if you need to borrow money from someone and if you plan on paying them back, make sure you pay them back before they ask you to pay them back. Also, make sure that, I'm not going to say make sure, but it is a good rule of practice to pay the person back before they have to ask you. It is a good rule of practice to communicate with the person who you have borrowed the money from. And then make sure it's a legit reason of why you need it. Everyone makes money mistakes. We all have made money mistakes. I know I have. Sometimes I still do. Like, I just went on a little trip, and I probably spent a little bit more money than I should have because I didn't plan that trip the way I normally would plan a trip. But I knew that when I got back home, my bills are paid, I got food in my house, I got gas in my car, I got money left over to go and hang out with a friend or something. But I went over my budget a little bit there. We all make mistakes, but don't let the mistake be made with someone else's money, right? If I'm making these mistakes, these are my mistakes. But when you're making mistakes with other people's money, it can break friendships. It can break any type of relationship, family, romantic. Money will break it down. Marriage, people getting divorced, some of the top reasons are because of money. Family falling out, more than likely is because of money. Make sure that you are making your own money mistakes with your own money. And if you need help, ask someone. Say, hey, I really need to figure out how to make this extra money. Do you know ways I can make extra money? There's Instacart, there's DoorDash, there's Lyft, there's Uber, there is Uber Eats. There are so many, there's Amazon Flex, Ship It, so many of these delivery companies that you can work for to make extra money. If you got to sit in the house, and I was about to say a word, but if you got to sit your butt in the house for a whole weekend so that you can get this extra $120, or if you have to put $20 in your car so that you can go and drive for Uber Eats or DoorDash to make sure that you make this extra money, you got to do what you got to do. But I always say, like, I don't know, I just always been in a mindset that I need to figure it out. Nobody is going to figure it out for you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drop a bag of money on your front porch and say, hey, here you go get it. Every person I know, they work a job to make money. I don't know any person who is at home chilling, doing nothing, and there is no one in their household making money. Don't be the reason that your relationship or your friendships fall apart because of money. Let them know that you're on a debt-free journey. Say, hey, I would love to help you, but right now I'm trying to pay off my debt and I have a plan that I have to stick to. End of story. That is it. You can still help people to a certain extent. Like I'm always going to help people. If I see someone in need, I'm going to help them. But if it's going to put me, like I always say, put your oxygen mask on first before you put on the one next to you. Make sure you are secure and breathing. Your bank account is where you need it. Your saving is where you need it. Your debts are down before you start shelling out money to other people. That's just a food for thought from me. When it comes to friends and you're out somewhere, a couple years ago, do y'all remember this? Comment below if you remember this. A couple of years ago, there was this big discussion on social media about splitting the check, right? The girls go out to eat. Hey, this person gets steak and lobster. This person gets chicken tenders. This person only gets a drink and an appetizer. And one person only gets a drink. And then you want everyone to split it. I think that is the dumbest idea I have ever heard in my life. I have close friends. If we go out and all of us have a meal that's equivalent, like we all got an entree, we all split the appetizer, we all got one or two drinks, yes, we will split the bill. But if I know shorty over here only spent $15 and shorty over here spent damn near $80, I'm not paying for half. So it's okay when you go out with your friends to say, if they want to split the check, be like, no, I'm not splitting nobody's check. We're not doing that. It's okay to treat people, but make sure that you are paying in cash and you're not paying with a credit card. If you are paying with a credit card, make sure you pay for that bad boy at the end of the month when the statement comes in. Or some credit card companies now, at least I know Amex for sure, you can make multiple payments in a day. So sometimes for me, when I'm out about with my friends and I get home at the end of the night and I realize like, okay, I put $150 on my credit card, I'm going to pay that $150 right then and there. A lot of people don't like that. They just like for the statement to come in, but I don't use my credit card for that many things when I'm out. So just be mindful of what you're swiping and how you're swiping. There's nothing wrong with using your credit card to go out with your friends and hang, but just make sure that you're paying it off because you are on a debt-free journey. stop the bleeding. Remember, we want to stop the bleeding. We don't want to keep creating more and more debt, because it's going to put us in a hole, and we're trying to get out of the hole. So just a quick recap. I'm paying off my PayPal card, y'all. $400 about to be gone by the end of the month. And if for some reason, another thing that I do too, really quick, another thing that I do is with photography. Let's say at the end of the month, I've made enough to pay the couple business bills that I have, like my HoneyBook and Adobe and all of those things. If there's money left over, I will take that $400 and I will just pay off the PayPal card with that money. And then the next card will get paid that $175 that I was intended to pay already. So let me know what credit cards y'all are paying off right now, what the interest rate is, if you don't mind me knowing. Have you let someone borrow money and did they pay you back? When did they pay you back? I mean, I want to know what's happening. Like, I want to create the conversation with people about money. Like, I just think today's society has made it so lavish, and, you know, do you have this? Do you look like you have money? Baby, I just don't want to look like I have money. I want to have money. I want my accounts to be stacked, okay? Where I can go and get anything that I want. Now, can I go and get anything I want? Pretty reasonable, but I'm not going out here to buy a car, $50,000 in cash. I don't really believe in car notes anyway. But thank y'all for watching. This was good. Let me know what you're paying off. Say no to people when they ask you for money, or let them know what you can afford instead of trying to pay everything. So yeah, peace out.